Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Mxcky. My name is IMxcky, and I'm glad you're here with me tonight as we have another great interview. Joining me tonight is the man who some say is a talk show legend, hosting shows in TOF and also in his own group as well. Please welcome DigitalBloxed. Digital, welcome.
Hi, Michael. Yes, some say. I wonder who would that be?
No idea, just no idea.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking
um,
about.
so for people who are seeing you for the very first time, how would you explain yourself?
How do I explain myself? Hello, I'm Digital. I've never been here before. This is my first time. Hello, Michael. And I've been on a break from Roblox for 2 years now. Um, yeah, that's all.
That's all.
I mean, yes, I've hosted talk shows before. I've hosted the Uplate talk show on TOF Studios, and then I had multiple ones. There was the Uplate, then I had afterwards on my group, and then I don't remember the other name of it, but
Hmm.
I think there was one where I had it, and then I don't know, something happened to it. I wasn't producing it. I was only hosting it, so I don't quite remember all the details from that.
Hmm.
But yes, so
Um.
I've been around here for a long time.
Yeah. Tell me how you got into talk shows because um, there's a lot of people that wonder how someone will go from like watching a talk show to like making their own talk show in Roblox. What made you want to like do something like this?
That's a very interesting question because I have no idea. I have no idea. And it came to me that hosting something and connecting with other people just um, just made me want to do something comedy related, or not comedy related. You just something that appeared to be as a talk show, and just something like that. Like for example, why do you do this?
I do this because well, it keeps me on the payroll on OBS on OBC, but also because I like talking to people. I like to
Yeah,
talk to
so exactly,
people.
that's the thing. You like talking to people. And what's interesting to me is I've never actually been in a guest chair before, so it's kind of unnatural to me. So, as I've interviewed many people in my life and in my career, and but this, having this opportunity to talk to a host, actually be on the other side of the set is quite unnatural to me. So, you know what? I think, Michael, let's switch it up. You come out of your chair
No, 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 no,
and
no, no,
no, no,
no.
no, no.
Second episode, second episode. I'll do that at Christmas.
All right.
um, let's start with Uplate. Of course, Uplate. Well, Uplate was your idea, wasn't it? To bring it into TOF.
Well, yes, Uplate was my idea. It's my, as I call it, it's my baby. But yeah, it was my idea. It's been growing and maturing and being conserved in a can for a long time, and I just thought, let's do something about it. And the very first episode released on TOF Studios, as I'm a perfectionist, I had sets made, multiple sets were made for the original upload. And yeah, so you know the thing about Uplate is that it will always stay in my heart, and for as long as I can remember it. But how it actually came to be is and this is a true story, I wrote to TOF Studios on Twitter, and formerly known as Twitter, now it's just X.
Mm.
Weird to call it now. But I wrote them a message and I said, "Hello, My name is Digital, and I have a talk show opportunity, and the rest is history.
Hmm. And of course, with having a talk show, you had like staff members as well. You had Kirk Jeremy as your sidekick, Johnny Zillion, who's a fantastic writer. Wrote for the show. I believe there was another writer as well who wrote some pretty funny jokes.
Yeah, I mean, let's not talk about the other writers that wrote on the show. For example, the one that's sitting right in front of me. But that's just a small little opportunity that I gave them. No, actually, yes. So I had a lot of great staff over the years, and Kirk, of course, was my sidekick and my friend at the time. That we actually we did a lot of stuff together, show related, of course,
Mm,
and mostly yes. Johnny, I'd say he joined in just a little bit later on. But before that, I think, if I remember this correctly, I think mainly it was me and Kirk that wrote the show, and then we expanded onto different staff.
mm. Um, the show was quite huge around because this was actually one of the talk shows in the game show community that was on during the pandemic era, and you embraced that by, you know, by getting rid of studio audience and having Kirk in another room.
Oh yes, 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 I remember that. I don't know what came to me, but I just took the idea of a talk show on Roblox and actually expanding it, not expanding it, but relating it to real life opportunities and the things that are going on actually at the current time. So, for example, the COVID pandemic. So, I just thought, yes, that would be a very creative way to host a show. And so I thought of this idea. I built the set. I put Kirk in another room. I basically pushed him out, and yeah, it was quite different at the time, but I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed it. But the thing is, it was very hard working for me, and I can you know say this now because I wasn't that easy to work with, as in because I was very demanding at the time, and as I'm not hosting the show anymore, so I can reflect on that. So yes, so there were many arguments there, and for that, I say I'm sorry, but I also am thankful for the opportunity and the ride we had together.
Mm. It was quite. I remember with the pandemic series, we I think the pandemic series was quite good to do because it felt more relaxed and it felt like we were able to get a lot more gags in there, and we weren't like restricted. I think that
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
more.
because we didn't have the laughing track, the fake laugh track that we used to have in the studio, and it was more diverse. It was more opportunistic, as I'd call it.
Mm. Uh, what made you want to leave Toff and Uplate? Because from what I remember, for the last two episodes of season two, episode two and episode three, it was guest hosts. So the first one was with Johnny, and the second one, which is now lost, is actually my episode.
Oh, I actually forgot about that. Yeah, I think you hosted an episode, the third episode of Uplate on season two. So there were many thoughts about canceling the show altogether way before season two. And it was just, as I said before, I was very hard to work with, and at the time was dealing with a lot of stress. So any kind of bump in the road made me overreact, I'd say. And then there were many dramas coming from that, and many not good arguments. But season two, I think it was not produced by me. It was produced by Johnny. So in that way, I didn't have to deal with a lot of stress and all of
Mm.
the staff related things. And after that, I don't remember the whole story of why it got canceled, but I think it was also due to me.
Mm. And after that, you went on to make another show called Afterwards.
Yes, yes. Oh, so yeah, I think the thing was that yeah, so I remember now. So the thing was that TOF decided that we would not do they wouldn't allow me to do politics in the monologues and all of that. So, and I from my creative side of things, the thing was that all of my monologues had a little bit of politics in them. Well, probably like 40%. But so when they put restrictions on that, and that was actually due to the January 6th coverage that we did on YouTube, and that got taken down by YouTube and
Wait,
Flag. Yes, yeah.
we did a so Uplate did a January 6th special.
Yes, we did a January 6th special. We put it on YouTube, and that got flagged down and actually put a strike on the TOF Studios channel. We appealed that, but basically it said that we somehow were embracing it, the events that happened on January 6th, and that was interesting because we actually not only reported on it, but I think we put our thoughts and wanted January 6th to end, and
Mm.
just all of the nightmares that happened on that day, and we reflected on it, and it was not good. So, but YouTube's automated whatever they call it said that no, you were doing something else, and this cannot be allowed on the platform. And basically, they took the video down, and TOF basically told me that from now on, we would not cover any politics altogether.
Mm.
And so that was, I think, after season one had already ended. So yeah, I think that was due to the fact why I canceled Uplate on the third episode of season two.
Mm. But after that, I think I don't know if it was a few weeks later or a few months later, but you created Afterwards on your own group.
Yes. So I did that. That actually came to be, I think, yes, a few months after Uplate had ended. As I wanted to be independent, and I just said, yes, let's do a show on my own. I can do this. I have a fan base. And it did pretty well. It did pretty well on the first episodes. I had some guests, of course, Beastie Blake, my
Mm.
all recurring guest of all time. I think he's been on the show 3 times altogether with Uplate and afterwards, or 4 times. I don't remember actually. But
he's kind of like the Mike Myers of your show in a way because he was on a lot of shows as
yes,
well.
yes, exactly. Well, he's a funny guy and he has a lot of things to say, and he had a lot of productions and projects that he had. And actually, I think he still has the Arcade Island and is updating it. But the funny thing is, he is in college right now, and yeah. So hats off to the guy. I mean, he poured a lot of his soul and his work into his project, and that's I only have respect for him. So, but going back to the show, I mean, I just wanted to be independent, and and I said, no, I will do politics and blah, blah, blah. But that, you know, of course, as I got bored of it, I started taking a lot of breaks from it and not producing any shows. And then I think I stopped it altogether. But afterwards, actually, was bought by my old friend Tom, and so afterwards became a part of another group, and I produced some episodes there for I think 2 episodes, and then you know, I separated from them because of creative differences once again, and that's it, and it just ended.
So it just ended like that. No fanfare. No.
No, I didn't create a special episode for it. I mean, I still had some episodes in works in the works, and I think I still have the the monologues and the different parts segments that I plan to do in the future, but I just without any notice, without any announcements, I just stopped doing it. And I think it was due to one episode being delayed many times, and we kept having to rewrite it and think of new things to put in the episode, and it just became such a hassle, and so we stopped it. But it's officially it's not over, but it's on a
Hiatus.
it's on a break. Yeah, it's on a hiatus. Yeah.
Mm. But you are still, a lot of your shows are still like mentioned in a lot of other shows as well. More specifically, the Eric
Really,
Andre show. Yeah.
really, wow! I didn't know that.
Actually, Kurt Jeremy, in the second episode, used your studio
In the second episode of what season?
of season 4.
Oh, did he create a new season for Eric Andre? Because I
Yeah.
think it ended with season 3, and that's it. No?
Yeah, it's season. Yeah, they did a season. They done a season 4 now, and in episode 2, they used your set.
Oh, okay, I
Uh,
didn't know that. Wow, I'll have to check it out.
yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
think they used it to interview JKL.
Jake Hell, who's that?
I don't know, but did you know about this? Did you get told about this?
I no, actually, I actually didn't have no idea that they used my studio for that. And on one side, it's nice that they still come back to it and do something about it, because Uplate is and still is a part of TOF Studios, and I mean they can do whatever they want with it. But yeah, I mean, I guess they either didn't care, or they just didn't want to, tell me that they used the studio. But I mean, it's not a big deal. It's whatever they want to do with it, it's
Hmm.
fine.
My last
But I'll
question.
have to go. I'll have to go check it out. I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah. My last question for you, Digital, is this:
Oh
Would
my God,
you?
why? I want to stay here longer.
We got other people.
Come on.
Um, my last question for you is this: Would you ever want to go back to the talk show scene in Roblox?
You know, I've thought about it. I've thought about it for a very long time, and I think it should. I mean, there is still hope that I will come back someday, as I have free time now. I graduated and on all of that, so I'm a working man. But I wish to come back someday. I hope to come back someday. I'd say that. And but the question remains: Do I need to? Do people want me to come back? I mean, is it really needed? You know
Mm.
what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah. Like at the moment, comedy is hard at the moment. There's a lot of awful events going on at the moment. Like I think a few months ago we had the Trump assassination.
I mean the alleged assassination. Yes, yes.
Yes, and we also had, the awful news about Liam Payne as well.
Oh yes, that struck me so bad because um I never followed him on Instagram or anything else, but I knew of him. I wasn't a fan of One Direction, by the way, but just to throw it out there.
Yeah.
But he was young. He was very young. I think he was what, 30, 35?
Mm.
So for a man to just suddenly jump out of a balcony or fall, I don't know what actually happened there, was very devastating to me because he seemed like a pretty happy man.
Mm. Well,
Yeah.
digital.
But Michael, I have a question for you actually.
Oh no.
So, it's the senses of a host. Um, you've been around here for a long, long time now, right? You've
I
done many talk shows. For example, later with IMxcky.
Yep, we know that.
Yes. This show, which is just IMxcky. I mean, hats
It's
off for you
Mxcky.
for the creative. Yeah, Mixy. I don't know. What else? I think you had two more, no?
Yeah, get to the question.
So why do you still do this? That's my question for you.
You wanna know why I still do this?
Yes,
Really? It's a hobby, right?
it
It's a
is.
hobby. I have a life out there too. You know,
Oh,
I'm not.
do you? Do you touch grass?
Yes, I do touch grass.
Yes.
No, I have a life outside of Roblox. I've got a job out there now. I've got a loving girlfriend, and
Congratulations, congratulations.
thank you. And really, I just want to have and really, I just do this as a hobby. You know,
Well, as
you
long
know,
as you like it,
yeah,
as long as you like it.
I do like it. It's a fantastic show to do. I know that you probably had the same thing as well.
Yeah,
You know,
so
for
yes, it was a hobby for me as well.
mm. Well, listen, Digital, it's been an
Yes.
honor to have you back on the Roblox scene and to be able to interview you in your first
Well,
interview as well.
yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. You're the first person to actually interview me. No, yes, I think you were the first person to actually interview me on a talk show.
Well, there you go. First time for anything. Di-
Yes.
Digital, thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
And that is going to do it for us today. Next week, joining me is the owner of Really Blue Brick Productions, Riley Mills. So I hope you all have a great day and I hope you have a great rest of the week. Good night, everyone.